Right, now then YouTube. Okay, so a bit of a steady one. It's Bank Holiday Sunday at the minute. You'll be seeing this Monday. Nice easy one. Been at work this morning, bit of double bubble. On call till pretty much when you're watching this. So, a few little bits and pieces for an update. Can you see me there? I don't like sitting back here because I've got this light straight in my face, but you need to see me. Not that you'd want to. First of all, Davey, little ball, get well, mate, because I know you're having a bit of a rough time at the minute, so yeah, thinking about you, and I hope you're not suffering too much. And a very important one from a couple of videos back, we had a bit of a discussion, important matters, and the answers were basically, if a bacon sandwich is in 2 pieces of bread, it's a sarnie, and if it's in a bread bun, it's a bacon roll. Okay, that's the answers. If it's not that, you're wrong. Just kidding. But that was the general consensus. Okay, so main reason for this video is the meetup. Okay, it's Bug Out Vehicles UK breakfast morning. Okay, started as a breakfast morning, Ashworth Barracks in Doncaster, 10 o'clock, Saturday. This Saturday coming up. Alright, it's gone a little bit further than just a breakfast. I've been to site, they're absolutely awesome. They've said basically we can turn up on the Friday evening. If we want to camp out, it's a £5 a night. We can have the breakfast morning, stay as long as we want through Saturday. If you want to camp again, it's another £5 and leave on the Sunday. There's space allocated in the field. There is water and there is inside toilets that we can use. And there is also firewood on site if you want to have a little bit of a fire on a raised fire pit so you don't take the piss and damage the floor. Okay, so that's that one, and that's it. It's at a museum, so I would encourage anybody that goes to the meet to please take a tour round, because at the end of the day, the whole point of me having the meet there is rather than just a random cafe or a random car park and saying, come meet me, we go to the museum. It's a volunteer-run charity that does a fantastic job, and they do some good charity work and everything, so I'd like to put some money in their pot, and this is my way of doing it. I go around a couple of times a year, take a tour and put some money in the pot, but I'd like to do more than that. Get the people over and give them some custom for the weekend. There's a naffy on site, so you can go and get a breakfast in the morning. You can get something to eat at dinner time. Don't know if they do anything for an evening meal, but worst case, you're in a built-up area, so we can order pizzas to site or whatever. I don't know. We'll play it by ear. I don't like having too many plans. I just like to roll with it and see where we go, because I think life's a lot more exciting when you do that sometimes. So yeah, that's that one. There's a lot of people been saying they want to meet and all the rest of it, and I know it's not a group, it's not a kind of, it's a weird one. It's just a fat guy in a Land Rover vlogging his life. So a lot of you want to meet up, and it's difficult. I do go to the shows of the meets throughout the year, but then I'm also making these videos, so I want to spend a, you know, I will be at this place at this time. I'm easily found. Find me, come and say hello. You know, and I'm there. You can have a look around the Land Rover and everything, stick your head in, see how things are done, ask me questions. This is your chance, okay? You all said you wanted to meet and things. It's here. You've had a month's worth of notice or more on the run up to this, so use no excuses. If nobody turns up, that's fine. It's no skin off my nose. I get to go out for the night. A couple of the lads are coming up, so I'm still going to get to have a few beers and a fire with the lads and get a breakfast and whatnot. If you don't turn up, there's no more meets. It's as simple as that one. You lot asked for it, there you go. That's that one in there. So yeah, it's, if you go on the Facebook Bug Out Vehicles UK group, there's an event in there, so you can say go in. There's more details on there, like the address and things, but I'm sure you can operate Google and Google Ashworth Barracks Military Museum Doncaster. In a previous video I have put more information on it as well, but like I say, I'm not going to mother you too much, because you've got all the information of the world at your fingertips right now, so you don't need me to answer every single question for you. Massive thank you, right? And this is something I can't emphasize enough. Thank you to my Patreons, right? This is something where it's an odd one to make, because you kind of don't get that people enjoy the videos and me vlogging and showing things as much as they do, and it's very, very, very humbling that people want to put a couple of quid and put it into the pot, and it's effectively buying me a pint once a month, or or buying me a dinner once a month. And it really is appreciated, because like with this camera now, this is quite an expensive camera, and Patreon pay for half of this. So instead of, do I spend £1,000 on filming equipment, or do I spend it on my vehicle or going somewhere, now it's, do I spend £500 on a camera, and Patreon puts in as well. It's all the difference. So yeah, thank you. I really do appreciate it. And to the Patreons, if there's anything else I can do for you, if there's any more gear I can get, or anything, I've been waiting for bloody ever for new stickers to turn up, to send the little care packages out. So if you're waiting on them, I have got them, and thank you very much for your patience. I want more ideas on what you guys actually want for that, because at the end of the day, you're going far, far, far further than I could ever ask for. So if there's anything that you want, or specific videos or anything like that, I'm on it, yeah? Okay, so that's the meet. E-Dale's coming up, end of May, bank holiday. If you look back through my videos, you'll see I go every year to that one. It's another one for you to turn up. It's just a nice social. You've got all the Facebook groups, they all camp together. You've got the YouTubers that go. You've got the people that watch YouTube that go. It's nothing all fancy like basically it's the boycott to the bushcraft show, because years back all the YouTubers used to meet at the bushcraft show, and people used to come and meet them at the bushcraft show, but the bushcraft show is a big corporate money grabbing thing. So if you want to pay 140 quid to go and camp for the weekend and look at some expensive stalls, go for it. If you want to be down to earth and meet the people that actually do the bushcraft, do the outdoorsy stuff, have a walk round and pay to basically go in a campsite in a beautiful location, then E-Dale's the one for you. And that's what everybody does now. So they can't mug people off and be rude to them and be disrespectful and then expect them to keep turning up, can they? So yeah, there's I think there's about 200 people that went last year to give a big one of them. So that's 200 £140 campings, plus spending on site, and general customers that they lost for it. And I am more than happy to say to a big corporation, stick it, we don't need you. Truck, everyone keeps asking about the truck. Basically it's gone nowhere. What it was, I was saving up a big pot. The truck's the cheap bit to buy. The body that sits on the back of the truck is the expensive bit. There are cheaper options by having, say, a comms body on the rear, or it had a workshop body on the rear. That workshop body that was on the truck weighed nearly 3 tonne. Okay, 3 tonne. It's nothing for the truck, but would you rather have a body that weighs a tonne and carry a tonne of fuel and a tonne of water, or a 3 tonne body? So I'm getting the lighter body. I'm going to get a modern composite insulated body made. I think I've got enough money for the body now, but I don't want to spunk all the money on the body and then have no money to put anything in it. Basically, from when I bought the truck and the pot was going and going and going and going and the things were moving, all my working away and overtime's pretty much gone like that. So that's no one's problem but my own, and I have to make my decisions accordingly. So yeah, we're going to have to sort something out about that, because I still want to build the truck. So yeah, that's, like I say, that's my thing to sort. But that is why, because on the time scale, the truck should have had the body ordered before Christmas to have it on for January, February, and by kind of end of this summer it should have been complete. Realistically, the time scale and everything between all the overtime disappearing and the no end of things that this vehicle's taken, it's going to put the thing back 12 months. Okay, so that's the truck. This vehicle, as soon as I get back from the E-Dale meet, I'm going to start rubbing it down. We're going to get a respray on it. So at the minute it is olive green. It's the military olive green, but instead of it being in satin, I've done it in gloss to make it look less military but get the bonus of the shade and everything. I'm going to redo it in like an olive drab, which is the browner version of the colour. The reason I want the browner is when it gets to winter, I want to blend in with the actual, like the trees themselves, the tree trunks and everything. Everything dies back and it's a bit that browner. It's also a less common colour. Everybody's got the military green vehicles, and everybody's going for grey, Bonetti grey, and all the different greys, and it seems to be this year's colour. So I don't want to do this year's colour like everybody else, because next year that won't be the colour, and you've got last year's colour. So I'm not right into going for a set fad. I'd rather stay away from it, because fads kind of date something, don't they? So that's that one. We've got a new engine and gearbox out of a Range Rover Classic TDI. Really nice engine and gearbox to go in this one, because I found out the reason I was having my overheating and power loss issues is I think we've tied it down to the wastegate. The wastegate kept turning the boost off when I needed it the most, which was then banging loads of fuel through and no air, which was causing the thing to get hot, which is no big deal. I could change that, but I'm not happy with the way that this engine sat on the engine mounts. So by the time I take the engine out, change the wastegate, change the engine mounts, I'm just going to 300 TDI the whole thing from the 200 TDI, and then I'm happy with it, because the 200's a stronger engine and it's a little bit more powerful, but I like the 300 TDI, and all my mates are running the 300 TDIs, so we're all running the same wheels and tyres. If we all start running the same engines, you know, spares go a long way, don't they? It just makes sense when you're running multiple vehicles. So yeah, that's that one. The reason I'm doing all these mods as well, because I've got 2 new axles that are locking axles with the disc brakes on the rear, is I'm going Morocco at the end of this summer. Really looking forward to that one, because it's the test, isn't it? You know, build these vehicles up, let's get it out into the desert, get it in the sand dunes, smash it around for a few weeks, and get back, and it proves the thing, doesn't it? So just a little bit of a, you know, test. So that's Morocco. The fridge experiment thing, that's coming to an end now, because it's been a couple of months I've been running these things, and quite frankly I want my space back, because I'm running 2 fridges at the minute. So yeah, I want my Snowmaster back. It's an awesome fridge. These fridges have performed better than I thought they would. Out of the 2 of them, my favourite one's the small one, just because it's got the little touchscreen buttons and little LCD display, and it's got a charging point on the front. I do like that. Not so keen on the blue, but the fridge itself I do like. The bigger one, that's awesome. It's got a slightly bigger capacity than my Snowmaster. If I didn't know about, if these were available when I bought mine, I would have probably got these, just because they're cheaper, and you know, on paper they're pretty much there. But now I've got the big high-end Snowmaster, I may as well use the big Snowmaster, and I like the insulated bag and the other features. So, but yeah, that's that one, and I can't fault them. In 2 months, the only little issues that I've had with them is the big one, it didn't go down to temperature when it was red hot. Really hot day, well, what I think is a really hot day. There's Australians out there that say that's like a spring. When it was 25 degrees and quite humid, it didn't go down to temperature as fast as I thought it was. But then I realised I was a spaz and my bag and everything had gone down the side, and it was covering up the air vents. So it's not going to do its thing if I cover up the main thing that makes it go cold. So that explained that. The smaller one, I thought I'd killed that one at one point, because it kept shutting off when the compressor kicked in. That turned out to be, because I was running 2 fridges, I got quite a draw on my leisure battery. It's got a built-in thing where you can tell it that if it's on like a normal car with just a cranking battery, nothing else, and it was on that setting, it's got a safety feature that it can see that there's too much power coming out the fridge, so it like shuts itself off so you don't flatten your car battery. I flapped and thought that I'd broken it, and it turns out, just pressed the button, turned it onto a secondary battery, because it's running off a secondary battery, and it was happy as Larry again, and it just carried on doing what it was doing. So yeah, it wasn't actually faulty, it was again me not knowing how it worked, but it taught me that it has got that feature there as like a safety net, which I suppose it's nice. Yeah, they've done everything they need to do. I'm not going to waffle on about them all or anything, it's just I like to give the feedback on it, because like I say, I don't do review videos on stuff that I've just opened. Won't do it, because at the end of the day you could be telling someone that this is great because it's shiny new and it's doing its thing. Well, 2 months of running every weekend for days on end. I've just come back from going down south. We did 7 days in a row that they were running for, and yeah, no issues. So yeah, they've done everything they say on the tin. For a budget fridge, they're absolutely awesome. Compare it to a Snowmaster, they're never going to win a Snowmaster, but then again, that's why that smaller fridge is 230 quid and my Snowmaster is nearly 700 quid. You know, you cut your cloth accordingly, and they're doing what they need to do. especially for the price. Yeah, I've got to do notes because I'll waffle and go off on a tangent, so I'm going to try and stick to my bullet points. Where are we? Yeah, thank you very much for the interaction. I mean, with that one, with the, what do you call it, the bacon sarnie and all the rest of it, there was hundreds of comments on there, which was awesome. I mean, I like the interaction because you see all the views, and I'm trying to work it all out because, like, you look at some of the bigger channels that have got like 20, 30,000 subscribers, and you look how many views they get, and they've got this many subscribers and they get this many views. Well, I've got this many subscribers and I get this many views. So the views are there and everything, and you see quite a few thumbs up and the usual weirdos that if you watch, it's hilarious. I've got people that actually subscribe to me just to click on, thumbs down and click off. It's a bit creepy that they think that I'd be bothered because they haven't spent the time to look and realise that a thumbs down is exactly the same as a thumbs up, and it just classes an interaction with the algorithms and it still boosts your video. So thank you to the people that come on, thumbs down and click off, because you're still helping the channel. Idiots. But I don't mind the thumbs down because, like I say, one, it helps with the interactions, so the algorithms are picking up that people are watching, interacting and all the rest of it. The only thing I don't like about the thumbs down is I would love it if on the thumbs down you put a comment in and said what you didn't like. I mean, obviously I get the retards that come on and they're just like, oh, well, you shouldn't do this, and they're just spouting their own personal opinion. But if there's something that, you know, you want to say that you're not sure of, or you'd like to do it a different way, or you could improve on something, who doesn't like a bit of proper feedback? Excuse me, busy. Sorry, she comes in all the time. I've got the telly in here now for when we go camping, so she can watch her cartoons and her little films, and quite often while I'm working on the Land Rover, she comes in, sits on the chair and watches her things, and we can have a little natter while I'm working on something. She's just tried opening the door. Anyway, waffling on. So yeah, I'm trying to work out where the kind of market is, because there's this whole game you've got to play where it comes to YouTube, and I'm not going to give it all the hi guys and all that stuff, because it's not me. But what I would like to do is try and work out, you know, all the growth and the thumbs up and the comments and the algorithms. It is because there's no set rule to YouTube, it just kind of does its weird thing. So yeah, the only thing I'm not sure on now is like the shares and stuff. Everyone says share the video. I mean, I know that gets more people watching, but then does that make a difference to the algorithms? So, you know, if you've got a second on this at the end of it, could you click share on this? You know, not this one, because this is going to be just me waffling, but pick one of my videos that you like and that you think's good and share it in a Facebook group or something. One, it puts it out to an audience that may not have seen the videos, and two, it also then plays with that share algorithm to see if it actually does anything. So yeah, I mean, if you can now, give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down now. It does make a difference, weirdly. And you know, there's a lot of smaller channels that are out there making really, really good content, and then they go nowhere for months and months and months and months and months, and you kind of feel bad for them. And you know, then there's other bigger channels that are putting absolute gash out there, but because they're playing the game, it explodes. So yeah, trying to work that out. So that's that one. So yeah, let us know what you want, and we'll adjust and things like that, because I want to do. YouTube's an awesome platform, I think, for learning, and I've learned custom paint, I've learned how to fix my car, I've learned how to do no end of things on it, and one of the biggest things is I want to try and show how I've done stuff so people pick it up, and either one, they learn something from the way I've done it, or even better, to learn how not to do something from me because it's not worked for me, and I've shown you how it's not worked for me, because I ain't got that much of an ego that I won't show you. And then the other side of it as well is, you know, I want to try and put something back for like the beginners and stuff, and I know a lot of you watching this are seasoned outdoorsmen or seasoned mechanics or seasoned what have you, but not everybody's at that stage. So, you know, there's a lot of younger people watching this that are just getting the first vehicle, or there's a lot of younger people out there that just don't know about the kit that they're going to take out for a first camp. So something I want to try and do is I'm going to go and buy some cheap basic gear and show how it works and how to use it, and just for the beginner that doesn't have a big budget or that doesn't want to throw loads of money at something they don't know whether they'll like. So I'm going to do a little bit like that. And you know, if there's anything out that you want to say, like what do I carry in my get home bag, you know, that kind of thing, anything like that that you want me to go through, you know, you're not asking. There's no such thing as a daft question, unless, well, actually there is such thing as a daft question, but but you know what I mean. If you're genuinely going to learn something out of it, and you want to know something, you know, I'm not the biggest expert in the world. However, I have been doing this for a long time now, and there's a lot of, like, say, van lifers that want to do the bushcraft, and there's no end of bushcrafters that are getting into the van life and doing the vamping side of things. So yeah, I've been doing both of them and dipping my toe in all of it. I'm not a master at any one of them, but I'm quite, you know, comfortable in all of them. So if there's anything you want to know, anything you want to see, get it in the comment section down below. And again, thank you very much. It means a lot that people do watch all these videos. And again, huge thank you to the Patreons, because at the end of the day, I'm going to keep doing this regardless, and it's going to be available on YouTube regardless. But the Patreons, you're going up here, so thank you. And if there's anything extra you lads want, you know, let me know, because something else I'm going to sort out is a Patreon camp, because at the end of the day, you know, like this equipment and stuff, you're helping me with it no end. So it'd be very nice. I know some of you are around the world. I'm just going to have a drink, you know, for you over the internet. But if there's a few of you that are like local and all the rest of it, we'll sort out a Patreon camp, because yeah, I'd like to have a beer with you. But yeah, that's it. So, update on the meet. It's this Friday. It's in Doncaster, Ashworth Barracks. You can turn up from Friday night. Ideally, you know, Saturday through the day, something like that. That's where I'm going to be. Make it happen, or it doesn't happen again. And we'll go from there. Alright? Thank you very much. We'll stick a subscribe up here. Just up there. We've got a previous video up here that you might like. And we've got the Patreon just down here. Okay, think about that one. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Thank you very much.